Do you encounter difficulties in relinquishing items that are no longer of use to you? What if learning detachment is the key to unlocking your true potential as a chosen one? Detachment is not merely a practice. It is imperative, particularly for those who have been designated as chosen ones. In today's fast-paced world, individuals are confronted with a constant stream of demands and disruptions, akin to the non-stop notifications on their mobile devices. For those destined to succeed, mastering detachment is crucial. The first reason is to reinforce your decision-making process. On a daily basis, society places a multitude of expectations on individuals. These can range from subtle suggestions made during informal meetings to explicit demands made in the workplace. By removing yourself from these external influences, you allow your inner voice to emerge with clarity and strength. This voice is not merely an internal monologue. It serves as a compass, guiding you through the fog of collective judgment. When decisions are made in accordance with this inner guidance, they are not merely acts of volition. You are responding to a fundamental calling that aligns with your core purpose. Your capacity to disconnect from the clamor of the crowd is analogous to the ability to navigate a ship through stormy seas while others are merely adrift. It is important to note that detachment does not equate to isolation. It is, in fact, a strategic withdrawal from the noise that allows one to consult with one's inner counsel. In this environment of calm, only the voices that reinforce and reflect your core values and objectives are worthy of consideration. This practice is not about avoiding contact with the outside world, it is about making selective contact with it. You distinguish between the conflicting opinions of others and focus on your own insights. As a selected individual, when you operate from this place of centered solitude, your actions resonate with a rare authenticity. Why that can only come from being true to your chosen course of action. Detachment is the gateway to genuine self-reliance, where the only approval you need is from the person who matters most, yourself. As a select individual chosen for a unique and challenging path, you must learn to embrace the power of detachment. This is not simply advantageous, it provides protection against the influence of external opinions that could impede the success of your mission. By maintaining detachment, you can make decisions based on your inner wisdom. Maintaining your course of action in the face of conflicting input can be challenging. The second reason is that detachment teaches you to respond rather than react. In the event of a professional setback or personal betrayal, the natural inclination is to respond with a surge of emotions. However, for an individual of your caliber, such reactions can impair judgment and result in decisions that deviate from your intended course of action. Detachment allows you to take a step back, observe these emotions as if from a distance, and then choose a response that aligns with your long-term objectives. It is akin to observing the waves from the safety of the shore. You recognize the strength of these emotions, but you remain in control of your actions. This skill enables the transformation of potential emotional turmoil into a moment of calm analysis. For instance, when faced with criticism, rather than reacting immediately, it is possible to perceive it through a lens of constructive scrutiny. What insights can be gained from this experience? How might this contribute to your overall experience? This perspective is not detached or indifferent. It is evident, precise, and free from the confusion that emotions often cause. Furthermore, this emotional distancing does not result in isolation. It enhances the strength of your connections. By maintaining composure and objectivity, you gain the respect and trust of your colleagues. They do not perk you as a troubled individual, but rather as a reliable and composed professional, maintaining your composure even in the face of adversity. Therefore, detachment is not a withdrawal, but a strategic engagement that enables one to navigate emotional upheavals with precision and grace. This resilience serves not only as a shield but also as a beacon, guiding you unerringly towards your desired outcome. It is crucial to develop resilience not only at the intellectual level, but also at the emotional one. When deployed in a strategic manner, detachment can serve as a form of emotional resilience. This profound skill is not a retreat from feeling but a mastery over it, ensuring that you remain undaunted in the face of life's inevitable challenges. A third benefit of detachment is that it allows you to avoid living according to someone else's expectations. family, and friends, while well-intentioned, may inadvertently impose their own perceptions of success, happiness, and identity upon you. These years of shared history and emotional bonds. For instance, a parent may view a stable corporate position as the epitome of career achievement, whereas your aspirations may lie in spearheading an innovative venture that entails greater risk but also offers greater personal fulfillment. In this context, detachment means establishing a healthy emotional distance between yourself and external expectations. This does not imply indifference or rejection, rather, it establishes a buffer zone where advice and expectations can be evaluated against personal goals and values. This space is where personal growth can flourish, free from the constraints of external expectations. Moreover, selective detachment enables the formation of relationships that align with one's authentic self. It permits genuine and grounded interactions with family and friends, rather than merely performative ones. When you remain true to your course of action, your interactions gain depth and your relationships, built on respect for your individuality, become more fulfilling. Consequently, the objective of mastering the art of detachment is not to sever bonds but to refine them, ensuring that the influences that surround you are conducive to growth and development. By facing these personal landscapes with deliberate detachment, you can solidify your identity and ensure that every step taken is firmly in alignment with your deepest convictions and unique destiny. Navigating the complex landscape of familial and social expectations can be a formidable challenge, even for the most determined individuals, and it can divert them from their intended course of action. For you, the chosen one, detachment in this context is not just beneficial, it is essential. It is crucial for maintaining the integrity of your journey and achieving true self-actualization. The fourth reason is the development of self-sufficiency. A subtle yet dangerous trap can be dependency, which may appear to be closeness or loyalty. In relationships where emotional dependency is the dominant factor, every decision, emotion, and outcome becomes intertwined with the desires and reactions of others. Detachment allows you to value and engage with those you respect without becoming overly reliant on their approval or input. This independence is crucial for maintaining a robust emotional core and ensuring that the bonds formed are healthy and balanced. Consider the dynamics of a business relationship where decisions are made out of fear of disappointing the other party. Such circumstances are conducive to resentment. By adopting a detached approach, we can shift the paradigm and foster relationships based on mutual choice rather than obligation. Furthermore, detachment fosters mutual respect. When you interact with others from a place of detachment, you engage with them based on their merits and the value they bring to the situation, rather than out of a desperate need for companionship or validation. This perspective allows for a more objective view of others and an appreciation for their individual qualities. As a result, this respect is reciprocated as others recognize your self-assurance and commitment to authenticity. Finally, detachment facilitates understanding by providing emotional space for both parties to express themselves freely. It prevents the overwhelming tide of immediate emotional reactions from impeding effective communication. With detachment, discussions can occur in an environment where both parties feel heard and valued, without the undue influence of judgment or coercion. Therefore, it is essential to master the concept of detachment in order to cultivate healthy interpersonal dynamics. It transforms relationships into environments of mutual respect and understanding, where genuine connection is fostered on the foundation of individual strength and shared growth. It is crucial to maintain healthy interpersonal dynamics, which requires the strategic use of detachment. This is not a withdrawal from the situation, but rather a strategic approach that strengthens relationships by reducing dependency and fostering mutual respect and understanding. The fifth reason is the realization of true freedom. The fear of loss, whether of relationships, material possessions, or societal status, can act as a barrier to pursuing new opportunities that might risk these attachments, even for the most courageous individuals. However, in order to progress, it is necessary to overcome these fears. It is a common misconception that detachment makes one cold or unfeeling. Instead, it creates an environment where you can appreciate and enjoy these aspects of life without becoming overly concerned about the potential impact of their absence. For example, Consider the entrepreneurial spirit that drives you to pioneer a venture that could disrupt conventional markets. A less resolved mind might be deterred by the potential loss of financial security or peer approval. However, detachment allows you to proceed in a considered and calculated manner, with a clear understanding that your actions are aligned with a greater vision, rather than merely the preservation of current comforts. Similarly, in business relationships, detachment helps you foster connections that are genuine and not marred by the fear of disagreement or separation. This freedom enhances the strength and resilience of your relationships, fostering mutual respect and independence rather than dependency or fear. You interact with others in a genuine manner, drawing strength from your unwavering sense of self rather than attempting to avoid potential losses through the use of a facade. Therefore, the ability to detach from the fear of loss allows one to lead a life guided by principles and goals. This liberation is a significant source of empowerment, enabling the ability to make decisions that are bold, principled, and without fear of consequence. It is important to note that detachment is not about losing something. It is about acquiring the things that truly matter: freedom, integrity, and the capacity to live a life that is as extraordinary as the destiny you embrace. You are not merely managing your way through life. You are at the helm, navigating the challenges ahead with an indomitable spirit that defies the common fear of loss. As a selected individual, it is crucial to grasp the significance of detachment in overcoming the apprehension associated with loss. This capability is not merely advantageous, it is essential. It is transformative, enabling decisive action with integrity. The sixth reason is the ability to avoid the constraints of conformity. Societal norms function as a standardized framework, designed to shape behavior and expectations into a uniform pattern that ensures predictability and comfort for the majority. For an individual with a more ambitious and forward-thinking approach, such norms can often feel restrictive, limiting the scope for creativity and innova. Tie-in. The ability to detach from societal norms allows for a more objective assessment of their value, without being automatically influenced by them. This is a crucial aspect of personal development, as it allows you to make deliberate choices about which societal expectations you engage with, and which you discard in favor of authenticity. In the context of career choices, traditional paths often prioritize stability and prestige over personal fulfillment and innovation. The societal approval associated with climbing the corporate ladder can overshadow the inner voice urging one to explore uncharted territories of creativity or entrepreneurship. By practicing detachment, you protect that inner voice, allowing it to guide you towards endeavors that align more closely with your intrinsic motivations rather than extrinsic validations. Furthermore, detachment is beneficial in social situations where conformity is expected, whether in terms of thought, belief, or appearance. By resisting these pressures, you maintain your individual identity, ensuring that your social persona accurately reflects your inner self, rather than a facade crafted to fit a generic template. In essence, detachment from the need to conform frees you from societal constraints, enabling you to lead a life defined not by conformity, but by the unique contours of your vision and values. It guarantees that your journey remains yours alone, distinctive and aligned with your exceptional purpose. As you progress in your chosen field, the pull of societal norms can often result in a focus on the mundane, with a demand for conformity that may detract from your unique destiny. It is crucial to recognize the risks associated with such conformity. Those with a purpose that is distinct from the ordinary must utilize detachment as a means of protection and guidance. The seventh reason is that detachment allows you to identify your true desires and aspirations, which may be obscured by the facade often required to conform to external expectations. On a daily basis, society presents a range of values and achievements that are perceived as desirable. These include the high prestige associated with certain careers and the societal stamp of success on specific lifestyle choices. While these may serve others well, they could impede your unique spirit if adopted without due consideration. For example, the world might encourage you to seek security in a stable employment situation, a conventional family structure, and a predictable daily routine. However, if your professional goals align with innovation and adventure, detachment from these prescribed norms allows you to pursue a career of exploration and creative fulfillment without the burdens of guilt or the specter of what if. It allows you to create a life based on your personal values and interests, rather than on the approval of others. Furthermore, detachment from societal expectations allows you to avoid the time-consuming and ultimately futile task of trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for you. It eliminates the layers of imposed identity, allowing the true nature of the individual to emerge. This authenticity attracts like-minded individuals, opportunities, and environments that align with your genuine self, creating a life that is not only lived, but also cherished. In essence, detachment is the key that unlocks the door to an authentic existence. It frees you from the constraints of conformity, paving the way for a life that is not just secure and satisfactory, but also deeply meaningful and fulfilling. It is important to remember that the essence of your journey is not about seeking external validation, but rather about moving through the world as your truest self, with unapologetic and fearless authenticity. In your pursuit of excellence and advancement beyond the ordinary, the ability to detach is of paramount importance. It provides the clarity and resilience required to pursue your distinctive career. Our path. The following are practical steps to cultivate this vital skill. Firstly, it is important to engage in mindfulness and self-awareness. This process begins with the simple act of observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It is important to take time throughout the day to assess your emotional state. Are you responding to situations in an impulsive manner, or are you taking a more considered approach? Mindfulness practice entails attuning to bodily signals, such as a constriction in the chest or a surge of adrenaline, that precede emotional responses. By recognizing these signals, you can select an appropriate response rather than being driven by initial impulses. Utilize techniques such as mindful breathing or sensory grounding to anchor yourself in the present moment. Focus on the sights, sounds, and smells around you to achieve this. It is also important to set boundaries. In the context of family relationships, this may entail politely declining discussions that are judgmental or stressful. In professional settings, it entails declining projects that deviate from your core objectives without concern for alienating others. Setting boundaries protects your energy and focus, allowing you to engage on your terms. It is important to clearly articulate these boundaries. Be assertive yet courteous, recognizing that while you value relationships, your mission and mental well-being take precedence. Finally, integrate regular reflection and meditation into your routine. Allocate time each day, even if only a few minutes, to engage in silent meditation. This practice allows you to disengage from the distractions of daily life and refocus on your long-term objectives. Take time to reflect on your actions and decisions. Do these actions align with your long-term objectives? Meditation enhances mental resilience and decision-making abilities, enabling individuals to maintain focus on long-term objectives. Integrating these practices into your daily routine allows you to cultivate a powerful sense of detachment, enhancing your ability to live authentically and follow your chosen path with unwavering focus and strength. As you pursue your professional growth and advancement, you may occasionally feel isolated. Overcoming the challenges that accompany solitude is not merely about perseverance, it is about thriving in the spaces between. It is not uncommon to experience feelings of loneliness or isolation when practicing detachment. It is important to recognize that these emotions are indicators of underlying concerns that require your attention. Rather than perceiving solitude as an absence, view it as an opportunity to reflect and ideate on your deepest thoughts and ideas. Use this time to engage in activities that foster personal growth and self-discovery, such as reading, writing, or creative pursuits that align with your personal interests. This transforms the solitary state from one of emptiness to a period of productivity and introspection. It is essential to strike a delicate yet crucial balance in managing relationships while maintaining your detachment. It is essential to communicate clearly and openly about your need for personal space and autonomy. When approached with honesty and respect, this conversation often leads to a deeper understanding and mutual respect. It is important to communicate clearly that your need for detachment is not a rejection, but rather a necessary aspect of your professional growth and fulfillment. It is advisable to cultivate relationships with individuals who respect your boundaries and share similar values, as these connections are more likely to facilitate your progress than impede it. Furthermore, implement rituals that facilitate reconnection with your social circle following periods of solitude, maintaining a healthy equilibrium between isolation and interaction. Regular meetings with colleagues or family dinners can help to anchor you in a sense of community and remind you of the value of shared experiences without compromising your autonomy. By mastering these strategies, you can ensure that detachment does not lead to disconnection. Instead, it can serve as a powerful tool for building a life that is both independent and interconnected. This delicate balance allows you to continue your growth and explore both the solitary and social aspects of your journey with grace and poise. As you pursue your ambitious goals, the practice of detachment becomes a crucial element in your strategy. This strategic withdrawal from the clamor of societal expectations and the whirlwind of emotional entanglements allows you to create a path that is unmistakably yours. It is important to remember that detachment is the ability to distinguish between the influences that should be permitted into your focus area and those that should be avoided. This ensures that your decisions are based on inner wisdom rather than external pressures. You have been shown how detachment enhances clarity, ensuring that your actions are aligned with your deepest values rather than fleeting desires. It safeguards your autonomy, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace while maintaining focus on your overarching objectives. You have learned to utilize solitude as an opportunity for productive growth and to maintain relationships that respect your need for personal space. Now, with this knowledge in hand, view detachment not as a retreat, but as an empowering stance, a recalibration of your engagement with the world that enhances your effectiveness and authenticity. This approach is not about cutting off all connections, but rather about streamlining them so that every interaction and every commitment you make is aligned with your overarching objectives. As you continue to navigate the complexities of your unique path, I encourage you to share your experiences with detachment. Please describe how accepting this principle has helped you achieve greater clarity. Why and fulfillment. Please describe how this approach has transformed your relationships and your approach to life's challenges. Your stories can provide valuable insights to others who are also on this journey of self-discovery and purposeful living. Please share your narrative and let your insights be a source of guidance for others striving to embody their truest selves in a world that often seeks conformity. Together, let us redefine what it means to live fully, freely, and authentically.